Congratulations to Brandon Stone on his second European Tour win, but now to the Bahamas, where a winner will be crowned later today. And it is Japanese sensation Hideki Matsuyama who carries a 7-stroke lead into the final round. Tournament host Tiger Woods tees off in 2 hours' time, and we'll get you set for coverage from the Hero World Challenge right now on Morning Drive. Yes, good morning. It is a Championship Sunday, December 4th, and a 1-hour sprint for us today. I'm Cara Robinson, and the rest of the gang will join in a moment. But first, let's get to today's trending stories. Harold Varner III put last season's playoff heartbreak behind him to card a closing 65 and win his first professional title at the Australian PGA Championship. Varner's victory makes him the first non-Australian to lift the trophy since New Zealander Greg Turner in 1999. Meanwhile, home favourite Brandon Stone claimed his second European Tour title in style with a 7th-shot victory at the Alfred Dunhill Championship. The South African produced a closing 67 at Leopard Creek to finish the week on 22 under par and secure his second trophy of the calendar year after winning the SA Open in January. Over in the Bahamas, Tiger Woods birdied 5 of his first 7 holes yesterday en route to a third round 2 under 70. The tournament host ended his round with a double bogey on the par 4 18th hole for the second time this week. He finds himself 11 shots off the lead at 8 under par. Because it is Hideki Matsuyama who carries a tournament record-tying 7-stroke lead into the final round over Henrik Stenson and Dustin Johnson. Jordan Spieth carried a 7-shot lead through 54 holes in 2014 and went on to win the Hero World Challenge by 10 strokes. Well, now we can welcome in our colleague who has been on the ground at Albany all week long and say good morning to Damon Hack.
Good morning, Cara. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. Looking forward to this final day. You have been doing a tremendous job all week long, Damon. You've been interviewing the field. We've watched you in live coverage each day as everyone comes off the golf course. What have all the players been saying about Tiger's play this week?
Yeah, Cara, I can tell you to a man they're very impressed, but they also have been preaching patience. Henrik Stenson saying, listen, I was kind of amused by the Thursday story. Oh, Tiger's not quite back. And then on Friday, and Henrik put his hands in the air, was like, he's back after that bogey-free 65. Henrik said, listen, Tiger, you probably need up to 6 tournaments to really give him a true grade on where he is in this comeback. Jordan Spieth said, listen, give him a year. He took 466 days off between events. It would take at least that long to know where he is. He almost used the NFL analogy. When a running back tears his knee, it takes him a year to come back. That was the tack that Jordan Spieth wanted to take with Tiger Woods. And Brandt Snedeker said, listen, I was very surprised that Tiger Woods, off that kind of rust, was able to shoot a bogey-free 65. This game is more difficult than most people know. These players are very impressed with what Tiger Woods has done so far.
Understandably so, and nice to hear their support for, of course, one of the greatest of all time. What about the leader, though, Damon? Hideki Matsuyama, he's playing, of course, in Tiger Woods' event. Did he have anything to say about the big return?
He did, Cara. It's funny. Obviously, Hideki leads Tiger by 11 shots, but you wouldn't know it. Hideki said yesterday only Tiger Woods could take 466 days off and shoot the scores that he's shooting. I still worry about him. I still fear him, and I know I'll have to play my best in order to beat him. Still a lot of respect for Tiger Woods, and Hideki Matsuyama clearly in mid-season form and talking about the 14-time major champion.
Good to hear his name still means something on a leaderboard. Well, Hideki Matsuyama, Damon, is in incredible form. We know he's won and finished runner-up in his last 2 PGA Tour starts. What has he told you is working so well in his own game right now?
Well, I can tell you, Cara, every day Hideki Matsuyama has been chasing the sunset on the practice putting green. He's done all of his media obligations with the American media and the Japanese media, but he's ended each day by grinding on the putting green. Last year, he was 103rd in strokes gained putting. In a small sample this year, he's 1st in putting average, so he's worked very hard on that. When I spoke to him after his round yesterday, I said, Hideki, what are you most proud of in this run of 3 victories in your last 4 starts? He said, what I'm doing best is managing my game, course management, management. The 7th hole yesterday, for example, a lot of players taking driver. He laid up with a 3-iron to a yardage of 80 yards, had a 60-degree wedge, and holed it for a 2. So he's a powerful player, but also shows that there's different ways to attack this golf course. That's very, very good for a young player to be able to put his foot on the gas and then take it off the gas as needed.
We always thought he'd be a talent. He really is proving it right now, and always a lot of interest from the Japanese media for Hideki Matsuyama. Well, Damon, thank you. We'll speak to you again later on this morning.
Thanks, Cara.
Well, that was Damon Hack in the Bahamas. Now we can say good morning to Charlie Reimer.
All right, Cara, thank you very much. Damon just mentioned the shot by Matsuyama, the hole out at number 7. Let's take a closer look and see what we can learn. This is 86 yards, and I've got one simple swing thought for you. When you're hitting wedges, next time you get out to the golf course, just think, I'm going to take the ball and then the divot, right? Ball and then divot. Watch this. Go ahead and roll it. This is what it's supposed to look like. So many people try to have both of those things happen at the same time. You got to hit the ball before you get to the turf. That helps you have better contact. Now, you're not going to make them all like that, but I think you probably will hit some better shots. Okay, let's have a look at this shot. It's difficult to see because of the angle of the TV here, but this is a steep bank. If he doesn't get it up to the top, it comes back. So he's choosing to loft this up in the air. Now, this is what the young kids are doing now. This is new school. He's releasing this golf club, and as we watch him hit this shot, watch how he adds loft. Boom. You see that sort of that release up underneath? That's what allowed that club to get underneath that ball and get the ball up in the air. Okay, let's go to Tiger Woods. This is more old school. You don't see the younger players hitting a lot of shots around the greens or bunker shots where they're wide open with the club face laid wide open facing the sky. It's still a pretty effective method, though. Go ahead and check this out, folks. Watch how that club goes up and out, and he splashes that sand right up underneath. It's not what the kids are doing, but I think that guy's still pretty darn good at it. Okay, this is 14. Tiger is facing this bank right here. Once again, if you don't get to the top, it comes back. And this is a double black diamond right here. But he's got a lot of options. He could take like a 7-iron and bump it into that bank. Yeah, you can do that out of a bunker. He could take like an 8-iron and hit a blast with an open club face. He goes for it here. Go ahead and roll this. This is a sand wedge into the wind, which makes it even more difficult. It's a shot that's really hard to pull off. He would have been happy if he'd have gotten that up, just a little bit farther into the green, but that's sort of a go-for-it type of situation. I would encourage the folks at home, if you get a shot like that, take an 8-iron, open it up. I think it makes it a little bit easier. Also, old school. You don't see the young guys doing this. This is how I grew up. This is a 5-iron, bumping it through that bank. Notice what he's doing is he's choking up on that 5-iron. He's got on the right toe, and this is going to have just enough loft on it to where it'll roll right up that bank. Go ahead and let's check this out. Really well done. Again, you don't see the kids doing that, but it's something that can be pretty effective if you're comfortable with taking that 5-iron, putting it on that right toe, bumping it, hitting it a little bit like a putt. Gary, I don't know if you're an old school guy or a new school guy. I'm guessing old school. You know what I'm talking about. These kids are playing shots that are different than what we guys that are 40 and older have played.
You're right, Slim. Good to see you on this Sunday morning with Jeff Shackelford. Design Week continues. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Jeff, let's amplify something that Damon was just talking to Cara about, and that is just kind of these players talking about Tiger Woods. For example, here's Jordan Spieth. He's already a 2-time major champion, accomplished some things at a similar age that Tiger did. Today, in those conditions, to be 4 or 5 under par, that's as low as anyone is going. So it's there. And if he wasn't rusty, he'd be winning this tournament. Yeah. And that was right after his hot start. But nonetheless, I mean, that's heady stuff right there.
Yeah, Jordan heard a roar out on the golf course, and I think it's a fascinating topic to consider when we thought about this week where things could go, the state of Tiger's game, and by Saturday, I think we sense that he has regained the sense that he is somebody to fear. And that's important, Gary, as you know, because Tiger was so good at one point, and to the point where when his name got on a leaderboard, even though he was really a front runner, he wasn't a closer, he intimidated players. And if he can regain that aura, that's important, one, because of course it makes him more competitive.
Sure.
It's great for his confidence as well. So it's just something to watch. Obviously, we don't want to overreact to the week, but gosh, I think that's just fascinating when his peers are saying things like that.
It is, and Sir Nick Faldo said it several years ago on this program. He said he would appear and he would suffocate fields. Now let's talk about that club right there, the putter, the change he made, and his comments about making the change. He said it emphatically about wanting to get back to that.
We've had so much to chew on this week, and I think this is one of those topics we're going to look back on maybe next week, and you'll see a few writers maybe pondering this. But the idea that he admitted that he would have, that was the first club that he switched out when Nike decided to not stay in the club business. That's Scotty Cameron, that has won 13 of the 14 majors. That was a pretty strong statement, and it's going to make people wonder, what did we miss out on? And you and I both had the same reaction immediately. What events are we going to look back on and think, wow, he didn't putt that well that week? And the way he's rolling the ball right now, it hasn't been perfect, but it's been awfully good, and you have to wonder how much of that confidence is coming from that blade.
You're right, and he told his son, Charlie, don't touch that one. You can touch all these other putters around the house, not that one, Cara.
I bet he didn't. Let's get you caught up on some of the action from the world of social media. And this came out yesterday from President-elect Donald Trump. He quoted Tiger Woods' tweet from earlier in the week saying, "I can't wait to get back out there and mix it up with the boys at the Hero World Challenge." Donald Trump said, "Great to have you back, Tiger. Special." Well, today is going to be extra special because we expect to see Tiger Woods back in the traditional Sunday red and black. So we've been tweeting, asking you guys to send us your pictures of you in the Tiger red and black. So Chuck has been in touch. Hashtag Tiger Sunday Red if you want to send in your pictures at Galloway National in New Jersey. He's got the Nike tick on as well. What about T-Bird's coach here with his wife, close to my heart, Swelcombe Bridge? Yes, we can get Tiger Sunday Red for him. We've got one more for you coming up. This is from Marvin. Is in his Tiger Sunday Red at number 17 at the Cliffs Course Cabot Links. Looking very good. Incredibly impressed. Well, listen, when we come back, we will have Tirico on Tiger. Yes, Mike Tirico joins us to give us his view on what has been an impressive return from the 14-time major champion in the Bahamas this week.